Morning guys, welcome to my version of Manchester news. Obviously talking about the one and only United. So yeah, this week's been a bit of a mixed emotions, I believe, for a United fan. We've had absolute ignorance and silliness over Sesko being the worst transfer this season so far, all the way to the hypeness of Manchester United potentially in takeover talks, which seems a little bit weird, but nobody's disclaimed it, so that could be very good for us as United supporters. Doubt we'll find anything out too soon. I think everybody's just clutching at straws. The club coming out saying that they've not heard anything is probably more Ineos coming out saying that they've not heard anything. But yeah, so let's just have a little roundup, really. So Sesko looks like after last night's game potentially won't make the World Cup next season. Bit of a gutter for him, bless him, because I think he's just starting to find his flow. Sorry, camera's just a little. Yeah, I think he's just starting to find his flow a little bit, isn't he? At United now. So, pity that we had the international break, really. It's still not quite level, is it? Sorry, guys. So, yeah. And then going to the absolute crock of shit that he's the worst signing of the summer. I mean, Florian Wirtz has done fuck all. Absolute fuck all. Sesko scored 2 goals. I think he's assisted at least a couple, if not partaked in a couple. He didn't get a full start for God knows how many games. Like, come on, boys. Oh, fucking Virtue over there can't even assist Salah. All you have to do is put the ball on a fucking plate for the kid. You know what I mean? He'll do the rest. But no. Yeah, this guy somehow's, 60 mil or something we paid for him? He's the worst signing. I mean, who the fuck do these people ask? Fucking ridiculous, mate. Yeah, kind of annoys me. And this is just the media hype around Man United, day in, day out. It's absolute bullshit. But what, we can't do anything about that, can we? But yeah, if you ask me, Wirtz easily the worst summer signing so far. Don't get me wrong, when he settles in, I'm going to guess he's going to be a good player. He can't go from being one of the top players in the world to one of the shittest signings ever, Or can you? It's football at the end of the day. How many times have we seen people come for big money? Manchester United, our own club. We've done it, Di Maria, Alexis Sanchez, from a proven player in the Premier League to come into United and basically saying United was the worst mistake of his life, which we'll get into on another video because I'm going to do another video. But yeah, I just wanted to react a little bit to that because I wanted to make this video yesterday, but I wasn't very well. But that pissed me off, and I think that's why they do it. You know what I mean? For some reason, the media hypocrisy against Manchester United is out of this world. But it sells. People read it, we click on it, we buy it. So fuck you, I'm going to buy it, you bunch of wankers. Yeah, so obviously it looks like Sesko's not going to be playing World Cup football next season, which bad for us, bad for him, but good for us at the same time because hopefully he'll have a full summer to refresh, come back, let's kick on. The Marcus Rashford looks like Barcelona want to trigger his purchase, what was it, like 30 mil or something, and the right to buy at the end of his loan. And to be fair, he looks good over there. He's been doing good. I'm glad for him that he's doing good. I think he needed it. I think all the years of crap going on at Manchester United and whatever goes on in the background that we don't see at United gets to these players somehow. But also with Haaland, with Rashford, they've now gone to 2 teams that have got the shit together, doing well, got all the background stuff like in hand. All he has to do is focus on his football, play football. He's in a team that can play football, so you know they're doing well, and he's only going to shine there as well, isn't he? How long for? Nobody knows. But he's been, you got to give him his goals in the Champions League were brilliant. He's been doing amazing for Barcelona, so no, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. Same as Highland, but the Italian league's not what it was. It makes McTominay look amazing, you know what I mean? Kevin De Bruyne last season couldn't get his shit together, gone over there. Couple of games, look world class again, I'm not saying that they're not great players. And it's great that Highland has got his form again. And I do believe at Manchester United, the pressure cook is too much. Whatever's going on around them is too much. And I've got a theory about what's going on in the background at Manchester United, and why these players act like they do and end up being like they are. And that comes down to the culture of the club. So these players that are going out on loan are going into a culture where they're looking. So they leave Manchester United all puppy-eyed and got looked after and pampered. They're going to these places where if they fail, they're going to look like a crock of shit. And they're walking into these camps where these players are training hard, everything's in place, and they're not taking second best. That's not on the agenda. You're coming here to play football, and we're coming here to compete. And I think the culture around Manchester United, especially over the last 10 years, since David Moyes fucking ruined everything by getting rid of all the coaching staff and trying to implement a version of football that no fucker even wanted. From that point forward, I don't believe we've had the right background staff, right management. You can't say the Glazers haven't bought players, because they have, and they've spent a lot of money on fucking stupid players. But you also can't have them players if there's not a strict, structured background in place. And the day we took Moyes and he wanted his backroom staff coming in, we literally gutted Manchester United. And we gutted him because Sir Alex Ferguson left. Most of his backroom staff left because Moyes brought his own in. And these boys that had been working hard and tirelessly, come to training every day, looking at, fire in the belly, suddenly went, what the fuck is this? This isn't what we used to. And I think since then the club's just been lost. You can bring in who you want, you can take out who you want. But if the coaching staff in the background aren't all on the same level as what we used to, and all working to the same means. So take Cameron now. He brought a couple, what did we have, 3 assistant managers? Including the 2 that he brought across. And with it, no, who was, I can't remember. Left from the previous regime. Was it McLaren, I think? I can't remember. But Manchester United in the background, we need to have a deep, dark look at what's going on there. Because we've had some great academy prospects over the years as well. And the last, since Fergie left, we've had Rashford, which, one season wonder, 2-3 seasons all over the place. We've had Garnacho, half a good season, you know, and then fucking give us the finger. Like Kobe Mainu, again, half a good season, and then all of a sudden he's not in favour. Like, what is going on? There's something in the background that's making us look like fucking idiots, and that shouldn't be happening. So anyway, that's my rant. I'm going to do a video on the history of Manchester United and how we got to where we was. Probably like a watch along of a couple that I've seen on YouTube, because they're very, very valuable, constructive, well put together videos. And yeah, I think a little watch along and a little bit of my take into it, I think that'll do it. Yeah, so so that's Rashford, and then obviously we've got the whole thing of the Manchester United sale. Like, we've got club officials. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Does the club actually have a piece out on this? Yeah, I thought they'd responded to this, but not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure it might have even been on Twitter, and I hate fucking Twitter, but I'm gonna have to get into Twitter. But I thought they had put out a post just saying that they wasn't sure, or they've not been contacted in any way. So, yeah, I mean, so you've got two sides to this really, because as much as Manchester United potentially said they've heard nothing, well, we've heard nothing off the Glazers for bloody hell, 20 years. We just hear it when it happens, like the Super League, boom, just explodes. All of a sudden they're joining the Super League that's not even legal. Like, these cunts don't care. They have not a single iota of decency in their body when it comes to our club and the way we feel about it. Their only compromise between us and Manchester United is the tickets, is the money at the end of the season and how much we turn over. And that has got to an unprecedented level, and an unprecedented level of debt. So they're making no money out of us anymore. And now they've appointed someone called Jim Ratcliffe with his $1.5 billion that he's injected into their pockets, because I'm not sure, I think only a small proportion of that went to the actual Man United. The rest of it was for shares of Manchester United into the Glazers' pockets. So they don't give a toss. So why aren't they talking to UAE officials? Why wouldn't they? Why would they talk? Why would they not talk to a proposed buyer after August came? They can now officially sell the club at a specific rate per share to give Jim Ratcliffe his money back. Jim Ratcliffe, over the last year and a half, has basically done to Manchester United what he does to every other company in the world, and that's stripped them to the bare bones, get rid of anything that costs money that's not needed, and then brought in the upgrades at Carrington that I believe is still ongoing at certain places, but majority's done. Fixed the stadium, potentially got us on the road to planning for a new stadium. And by fix the stadium, I mean just put the odd plaster on it, not like overhauled it or invested millions to bring it back up to spec. I mean, we couldn't even host an England game or a potential final these days. Old Trafford that far down the pecking order. It's ridiculous. And now, yeah, we're at the point where, has he just done all this and said, right, club's saleable now. We've got no deadwood. The only deadwood we've got is the debt. Somebody will pay that off. But we're making a profit. Only marginal, but we are. I mean, what else can it be? Your big sources aren't denying that this is happening. And usually there would be somebody that was like, definitely, no, that's not happening. I'm hoping that this is good, realistic talks that's happening, but I can't. I obviously I'm just a fan. I ain't got a clue, mate. But all signs point to that something is happening in the background quietly. Or not so quietly anymore. I mean, that, you know, the guy that announced it, what's his name? Turk. What was his name? I forget what his name. But yeah, the guy that announced it, like, yeah, he might have got a few rings wrong in the past, or maybe a few wind-ups here and there. But surely he's not just going to come out as a lifelong Manchester United fan himself. He said it might not happen, but there's definitely talks there. And we know the Glazers want to sell Man United. They put us up for sale last year, the year before. They want to sell Man United. They want to cash in. Jim Ratcliffe was the idiot that chose to stand in the way of a full sale. Fair enough, Sheikh Jassim potentially didn't put the money on the table or show the money, but why should he? He's negotiating between two parties, and you've got Sheikh there saying, right, I'll give you this for the club. Probably looking at everything that Jim Ratcliffe looked at and changed now, saying that and that doesn't make any sense for us to pay that money when these problems are in there. And then on the other hand, you've got Jim Ratcliffe going, oh mate, I'll give you anything. Well, just 25%. I'll get a man on the knees and grovel. I'll be a bitch for as long as you need. Like, come on, boys. The club, obviously, they don't want the club. It's not profitable like it used to be. They've ground every single penny out of it. They've spent astronomical amounts of money on shit that's just failed. You know, the players don't even want to be there after them. We need a culture change. We need, and I say need, a reset. We need new investors. We need new management. I'm happy with Amorim. I'm not happy with how it's been with the games, and I think he does need to adapt. But I'm going to back the manager. He is the first person in a long time that's come in and just had the balls to say, what the fuck's going on here? You know, I don't know what's going on. But you can't bring a manager in that plays a completely different style of football to anything, absolutely anything Manchester United's played. Give him a few players and say, yeah, that'll do you, mate. That doesn't work, does it? That's not how football should be. And you know what? We get into this thing with football where we sack a manager and we expect instant results. That's not Manchester United. instant results. We've won a Europa Trophy, a couple of Carabao Cups and an FA Cup since Alex Ferguson left. No manager has come in and give us instant results. Mourinho said the best achievement of his managerial career was managing to win a Europa League with Manchester United with those players. Anyway, it drives me nuts, mate. Drives me nuts. So I hope we are up for sale. I believe we are. I can't see why we wouldn't be. At the end of the day, the Glazers all are starting to look like they're on the edge of death. Malcolm Glazer died without, ever putting much money of his own money. The only money they ever put in was to buy the initial shares for Manchester United. As soon as they got enough shares, they put the debt on Manchester United because they own majority shares of the club, which was then stopped. Officially, no club can do that anymore. So we was a fucking guinea pig. Yeah, but anyway, this all fumes me, so big game at weekend against Liverpool, isn't it? We'll probably turn up to that. We've been turning up to the big games and at least putting in a shift. It's a weird one. I think when we come up against counter-attacking or quite attacking teams and we can counter-attack, we seem to do okay, roughly. When we come up against teams that counter-attack us, our defence and midfield transition or the protection for the midfield over the defence, like, we seem to have a bone thrown and our midfield just goes, whoo, I'm off for that. And, we get one long ball through and we're unlocked. And then you've got Mr. Maguire that's never been a central defender or holding central defender getting caught out. I don't know. It's a weird one because I think some of the players have had the best season so far. Results just haven't gone our way. You've had some players like Bruno that's still putting in 100%, and I love Bruno. I absolutely do. But I think he's got into this role where he's working too hard, not trusting people, and it just creates holes everywhere. Because he's everywhere. But I do think, in maybe January, but summer, we will have a whole revamped midfield. We know Casemiro is going. Mainu, I'm a bit gutted about. I'm not too sure what's going on there, but from what I understand, it all comes from him wanting more money originally. Maybe, again, coming back from the culture rather than taking it on the chin and hammering, being like, look, we'll give you more money, but I want to see another good season out of you. I've had, 24 good games out here. Let's have another 40 good games out here, and I'll give you a pay rise. And he's gone, not having it. So Amrin's gone, okay, mate, there's a nice seat on that bench. Need your arse on it, and you're not going to make the World Cup. I mean, what else can it be? How can he go from performing, all of a sudden he wants a new contract, and now he's got his name written on that sub-bench? I don't know. It's sad. So yeah, big game coming up at weekend against Liverpool, which, are nowhere near playing at the level there was last season. Old Van Dijk coming out saying it's about Jota, and it's like, mate, Jota was a fucking super sub. Like, your team should still be playing better than this. I don't give a shit. God rest his soul. Love Jota. Always seemed like a great guy, but come on, pull your head out your ass, Van Dijk. So yeah, so that's probably I'm just going to leave it there, I think. I don't think anything other of these bullshit stories are worth talking about. So we'll leave it there, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. I might do a couple of daily videos. I'm probably on the way to work in the van or something, just have a couple of rants. So yeah, this is my new channel. I'll be honest with you, I hadn't even thought of a proper name for it, so I might just call it Stevie Max United. And leave it at that. But yeah, guys, please like, subscribe, brand new channel, help us out, leave a comment, tell me if you think I'm wrong, tell me if you think I'm right. If you like my missus, I'm never right, so here's what it is. Let's build up a little chat and, you know, let's go all blaze it out. So cheers, guys, thanks for watching, take care.